Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Alright, so we're going to finish up working on this Bingo junk journal today. Today we're going to make the cover for it, and I think I want to use this paper bag, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure it's the right size. Either way, I'll use a paper bag of some sort. It might be a grocery bag in the end. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I need to do is deconstruct my bag. This is something I've done kind of a lot recently. I've been doing a lot of these types of junk journals using the bag. It's pretty simple. All you got to do is very carefully, so that you can salvage as much of the bag itself as you can, but rip apart the bottom. And I usually try to find a weak edge, maybe that doesn't have quite as much glue all the way to the edge, and start working on that, and just kind of work it along. And eventually what we want to do is open up the bag completely. So that actually worked out pretty well. Let's see how well we can get this side. Alright, now we've got some glue on this. And let's see, I think we're good. Alright, so obviously I will need to refold this. So it's a little bit unwieldy, but I'll refold this. Here we go. Let's open it all up. Like so. There we go. Just kind of let it work with you there. Alright, so now at this point, I've got quite a big area to work with. I'm not going to obviously keep these. Typically, I think I would just, tear this off. We don't really even need this piece of paper here. So we'll just tear that off. Try not to rip a hole if you can, but if you do, guess what? It's just paper, so gluing more paper on it will fix that. So let's go ahead and tear this one. Okay, just about there. Alright, don't need these, so I'll just go throw these away. Okay, so now we have our base. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and measure and see how much of this bag we're going to need to use. I don't like this rough edge here. And obviously we've got a bit of a rough edge over there, so I'm going to try and use as much of this space as I can. So right now I'm going to, well, I guess I could keep this and then just wrap my paper around that. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm not going to worry about ripping that off. So now at this point I'm going to measure for, let's see, wrap this around. How did I do that? No, I had it like this, didn't I? Okay, so let's wrap this around. The buyer of this journal would like for the journal cover to wrap around kind of like this, to enclose the edges. So we're going to go ahead and prep it that way. I'm actually going to do this upside down. I think this will be a little bit easier for me. So hopefully, nope, you can't see that. So I've got it kind of up, I don't know, I would say that's a ½ inch-ish from the top. I'm just giving a little bit of extra room that I wouldn't normally give. And then, yeah, so wrapping that around. Okay, so at this point, I know that's where I want it to be. I'm going to, actually, the natural fold of the bag is basically right where I need to cut the bag. So I'm gonna grab, whoops, excuse me, my large ruler here, and I'm gonna rip this away. And if this ends up not working quite right, that's okay. I've got 3 other bags like this right over there. So, okay, so that's our base. I'm gonna just put this off to the side, and we'll use this for something else another time. Pardon me as I make some noise. Okay, so I don't want to make any pockets on this cover. So at this point, I want to glue the cover together. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac for that. I don't know, this one has had, it's seen some things since I've been down here last. I don't know what's going on with that. Might not get a lot out of this one. Might just have to throw it out, but and that would be a shame because this stuff is expensive now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and all I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm not even going to bother with this one. It's going to be kind of a troublemaker for me. All I'm going to do is glue the top to the bottom. Just put some glue in the middle and seal it up. I'll go around the edges. Actually, yeah, I'm going to glue this side together, and then I'll go in from this way and put some glue in the middle. I know you guys can't see any of this that I'm doing, but just trust me that I am putting glue in the middle, and we will be gluing it shut. Smooth that all down. Hopefully it'll stick for us. Try and get out as many of the wrinkles as I can. But we will obviously be covering this with paper. I have some more bingo cards that I think I might use. But I do have packing paper that I think I want to use just over the whole thing first. So, pardon my reach. Oops. So, go ahead and use some of this packing paper. Actually, I think I want to use this one. This one's shaped just a little bit better. Out of the way. And basically what I'm going to do now is just center this and wrap it around, and then I'll add some to the inside. All right. Before I go too far, let's just double check that this is still the size that we want. Give it a little bit of room for growth. Yeah, I think that's pretty darn good. It's the right height and there's room for growth. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add glue to this side, and I'm going to do it in sections because this glue will dry faster than you can work from past experience. So being kind of generous. I don't want the glue to I want it to stay put, obviously. Guys, I feel like I haven't been on video in a long time, and I'm just kind of struggling right now as to what to say. So, for those of you who have been longtime subscribers, thank you for sticking by me. As you know, I've transitioned out of doing as many videos per week, down to one a week, sometimes not even that. I really appreciate your support. You know, life changes, and so has mine, and sometimes you can't do your passions the way that you had done them in the past because you have different priorities, and that has become the case for me, and it's for good reasons, so don't feel sad for me or anything like that. I just, you know, I spend more time with my boyfriend now than holed up into my little craft room, just, you know, by myself. And it's actually more healthy for me, so it's a good thing. But that does mean that I don't get to maybe film or do as many crafting things as I would have done before. But such is life, right? So that's the season of life that I'm in right now. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm preparing for my corners, and so hopefully you can see this. This is on a much larger scale than usual. I tend to try to be about 1/4 of an inch, maybe not even that, a little less than 1/4 of an inch sometimes. I go at an angle, get to the corner, and then I turn my scissor just a little bit and go at an angle there, and that's not even a great one. It's a little harder when you've got this much paper that you're working with. Normally your side edges aren't quite so large, but it'll work out in the end. So the goal of this, or the reason I'm doing this, is so that sorry, let me throw that, so that these corners aren't going to be exposed when I wrap this around like that. So, alright, now at this point I'm just going to add my glue to this part of my paper. And remember, you don't have to go quite all the way to the edge because the glue is wet. Wet glue spreads, and you have less mess if you kind of give yourself a little bit of leeway there. I always forget that. And I feel like I'm reminding myself of it every single time I do it. But you know, it's a good reminder to give yourself. So another tip for if you're doing this kind of wrapping, I'm sorry, there's like glue shards or strings. I always go, whatever edge you decide to do, whether it's the long side or the short side, I always do the opposite sides of either side first and then do the other sides. I don't want, for example, to do this side and then come here and do this side. In my experience in doing this, you get a much better end result if you do it this way for a couple reasons. If for whatever reason your glue isn't completely dry and it wouldn't be if you're working quickly, which we kind of are, it's possible that your base could move around a little bit. And so if I'm tugging here, or let's say if I'm tugging here, then this could maybe shift kind of funny, and then all this work that we did in the corners is kind of not as good anymore. Also, your corners are going to be a lot neater if you do it opposite sides from each other, and I just prefer to do my long sides first and then my short sides. That's just my preference. So how I taught myself how to do it, and it's worked well for me, so I'm gonna stick to that. Alright, adding my glue. Another thing you could do, if you have a heavier paper that you're wrapping around, something that I like to do instead of what I just did and just I like to prep it first. So like I would take the whole thing and kind of bend the paper up a little bit before I glue it down. That just kind of helps your paper crease and makes everything a little neater in the end. So, okay, so now at this point, I'm going to take my thumbnail and I'm just going to pinch that. And I did not give myself enough space there that I normally would have. But basically, I'm just kind of trying to help fold that. Just to kind of train that paper to go the way I want it to go. And you know, you might want to get some glue up in there too, just to kind of help you out, and that way your points on your ends will be nice and neat. And so what I just did there was not what I should have done. Get a little bit of glue there. All right, there we go. Now it'll stick, and I'm gonna get it all over my hands, but it's okay. So I'm actually, as I fold this in, now I'm gonna try and make sure my little divots maintain. Okay, so I did get a little bit of glue there, but not too bad. Most important thing is we just wanna make sure that those corners aren't sticking out. And you know what? If they do stick out, they make these really cool things called book corners. So as I was learning this, I sure ended up having to use them more often than I'd liked to have used them, but they are handy. If you just are having the time of it, try and be patient. As always, when you're learning something new, you're probably not going to do it completely right the first time. If you do, great. That's awesome. You might not do it completely right the second time. You're learning that. So just be patient with yourself and have a backup plan. Alright, so just folding that over. And so since this paper is a bit thin, it's like paper, copy weight paper, so not super hard to bend into the shape that I want. Alright, so there is our base ready for decorating. I'm going to get another piece here, and we're just gonna, well, or I could do, let's see, got some pieces of bingo cards still. I could do this. Why don't I go ahead and do that? And then got some more here, and then we can use some on the front side too, and then decorate on that. So cool. All right, I'll do red, a big, for whatever reason I have a big red one and a big blue one and a small red one and a small blue one. So we'll just alternate front and back, but I will cover this with this other paper that I've been using for the signatures. So this is just for consistency's sake. If you wanted to, you could also use fabric. I've done that oftentimes in the past very successfully. Gives you a different look and feel. I felt like for this journal, I think using the bingo cards to kind of keep everything consistent was what I wanted to do instead. So that way we'll have more opportunity to do some more collaging too, right? So I always love that. All right, so I'm gonna try and push my glue as far to the edge as I can. I may actually come back and I'm just using, this is a hotel key card. An old credit card would work, an old gift card. I may come back and sew around the edge anyway, but I'm noticing I didn't get my glue all the way to the edge like I kind of wanted it to, and I just don't want this lifting up all the time and being annoying. So trying to get that glue there. I may have to come back with my art glitter glue and just kind of clean that up later, but we'll see how that goes. So, okay. Now we've got this one. Yeah, I'm going to, what do I want to do? Keep the same height, I guess. Oh, cool. That is basically the right height. So I'm gonna hopefully cut this with my trimmer. This is very, very small. Very small. This is very thin paper. So, okay, there we go. Got a nice little bingo card there. Might be able to use that for something. Just as like something to put into a pocket maybe or something. Okay, so I obviously have a little bit of a gap here, but I'll cover that with some other paper and we'll fix that. So, okay, just glue this down. Alrighty. So, funny story, we actually went to play bingo again last night. It's kind of become something that we've really enjoyed doing on occasion. And we didn't. I won. I had one bingo, but unfortunately I had to share that with 15 other people. So, from that one bingo, I won $4. Woo! It was fun. Actually, it's fine. It was a very busy night because it was Friday yesterday, so it was naturally busy. But yeah. Okay, so I want to just kind of see where I'm at. We're gonna wrap that around. I think we're still good. Don't want to squish it, but I want it to be somewhat snug. We've got little hairs from my glue there too. All right. And this could go all the way that direction and still grow. So kind of wish it would go a little further over this way, but it's not terrible. I think it'll work. Okay. Now let's flip this around and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I think though I'm going to reverse it and go like this. Put the big piece on this side and the little piece on the other side. I think, yeah. Try and get my glue a little closer to the edge this time. And hopefully you guys aren't hearing my furnace going constantly. It just shut off. I'm trying to use a microphone and I think that helps, but you guys tell me. I know you've told me in the past that it doesn't bother you, but as I've edited the videos, I've noticed it, so I'm sure it bothers some people. But you tell me. You guys are my judge and jury, right? So, if it's too bothersome, I can try and figure something else out. Good thing is we're coming out of winter soon, hopefully, and when it's nicer, I won't have that on, yeah, I won't have to deal with it at all. It'd be weird. It's always noisy down here. Sorry. Okay. We'll glue this down. So how have all of you been? How are you coping with the winter this year? I know we've had a very easy winter, knock on wood. I feel like any day now we're gonna get hit with something. We've had like no snow, really at all. And I know a lot of other places have had very unexpected snow, very out of the norm situations with that, and it's kind of been out of the norm for us too. I'm a little, at this point, getting worried for our farmers because they need the rain, or precipitation. So if we don't get the snow, that means we're definitely going to need a wet spring, and we'll just hope for the best, I suppose. But yeah, so okay, I have, let me try and grab it. I have a bunch of scraps here left over from decorating. These were the stickers and like washi strips and some more stickers, and let's put this off to the side here. This is some more stationery pages that I pulled out to use because I finished adding journaling cards throughout the whole journal, so I made sure it was as thick as I was going to make it before I did my cover, so I knew how big my cover needed to be. So I do think we can definitely use this. This is very busy. I think that's why I didn't use it initially. But the other side is nice. It's got nice lines for writing. And then we've got all these little scraps here, so we can definitely use those to kind of do a collage, which is kind of what I was thinking might be kind of fun. And I've even got these little pieces. So okay, I think at this point I'm going to put my Fabri-Tac away, and I'll save that for these bigger projects. And then I like to use my art glitter glue for these smaller detailed type things. So get you centered there. All right. So we have really nice color on one side, and then a busy pattern on the other side. I think I'll switch it up. I may need to go into the flow book again, which I had so nicely put away under some other things. I think I'm gonna need to pull some more paper out of here, so let's just go ahead and find something to use. This stuff isn't really usable for this, so we could use, how about we use some of this. This would be perfect, actually. I like that. Okay. The chairs. Oh, fun. Okay, why didn't I use... Oh, these were too big, probably, I suppose, for the insides. I'm going to pull this one out, too. I feel like we could maybe use this for the flap part, or we could use these somehow. I think we just solved our problem. Okay. Or even these. These are interesting too. I'm just going to pull all of these out. And whatever I don't use, I'm going to send along with the journal. And the recipient of the journal can use them however she wants to. So, okay. We've got a lot of good stuff to work with here. This is really interesting. How shall we do this? I kind of like the idea of the black and white on the cover. I don't know that I want to use the... Well, maybe I would. I don't know. Okay, let's just organize our thoughts here. I'm going to put these off to the side because if I use these, I would cut them out and use them as they are smaller. And actually, I do like the back sides of these too. They're kind of fun. But I've got enough scrap paper here that I really probably shouldn't sacrifice all that for just the other side. I mean, it is what it is. It's paper, so it's not that big of a deal. What do we got here? Is this a bed? Okay. It's cool. do something like this, but first I want to cover this little weird spot. And whoops, okay. Like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue that down. And you noticed probably that I did not care at all about the color. I'm really trying hard not to overthink things as much as I possibly can. I need my tweezers. I took both of my, I like these tweezers. They're just a little bit different to get used to. They open the opposite way, so it takes some time to get used to using them. If you're used to pushing to close, that's the opposite. Pushing to open is what these do. So they're really cool. It's so that that'll hold your paper for you, and you don't have to worry about it. And it's nice, especially if you have arthritis, I'm sure, or something where you don't have as much strength in your hands. Great, but for me, I use the other kind upstairs in the living room when I'm crafting, and so sometimes it's kind of hard to get used to changing. Okay, so I like this idea, and then what we could maybe do then is, got this stuff all over the place, sneak that in that way. We could have some kind of a room situation happening. We also could do this one. Well, that's pretty cool too. Although it is kind of running right into it. I do like the idea of having some white space, but the fact that this is colored and this isn't, I don't know if I like that. We could also move this over here and, where am I? Here it is. Do this, cover that part of it. I think I like that better. That's more white space there. I like that. Okay. We've made a decision. Maybe I won't use these little scraps, and maybe we'll just use a little bit there, but not everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go about there, and we're gonna go just a little short, and that way it'll offset this over here. But first, I want to glue this down. Oh, and that's not all that pretty, so I'm not even worried about losing that either. Clean off my glue. Alright, so let's get this glued down as straight as I can. Kind of eyeballing it there. And then I'm going to use my ruler, and we'll just take off. Okay, so I discovered something this week that made me very sad. I don't know why I didn't know this, or why I was kind of out to lunch on knowing this, but okay. Maybe if I wasn't doing this on white, that would help. This Tim Holtz ruler, this centering ruler, I love it so much. It's my absolute favorite ruler ever, ever, ever. It's got a metal edge on this side. This side has a beveled edge. It's perfect for tearing paper, which obviously I love to do because I do it all the time. And I found out, I'm just going to go straight to there, this week, that they are no longer making this ruler, which makes me so sad. And so I've been kind of on the hunt for a replacement, and I am not I'm not finding what I really want, and it's just like really frustrating. I bought, I don't need a new one, but I don't know if you can see there's glue all on it, and my other one, which I still have and I don't even know where it's at, I'll find it. I need to clean and organize down here. It had a little notch out of it, but so it's still usable, but every time you tear, there's like, you can see that little thing, and you know, I'm probably the only one that even notices or cares, but yeah, so I was just thinking I kind of just want to find one or two more just to have in case I need them for some reason. Or if you guys know of, really, it doesn't have to be this Tim Holtz one. I love that it's got the centering portion on it, or the ability to use that, but I could find that in another ruler as well. But do you guys know of a clear see-through ruler that has some kind of grid lines and a beveled edge? I'm trying to find one, and I'm not having any kind of luck. I ordered one that I thought might be perfect, and it's called the C Beveled Edge something or other. I found it on Walmart. I found it on a couple different sites, actually. I need to take a closer look at it, but when I opened it, I didn't even have to open it. It had broken in half in shipping, so I was just really disappointed by that. But I also saw it said it has two beveled edges, but it looked to me like both edges were the straight edge. So I bought what I thought was this Tim Holtz ruler, but I guess it's his new version of it, and it's not at all the same. I actually kind of hate it. I hate to say, because I love Tim Holtz products, but that ruler is not it for me, for what I need it for. It's got grippy rubber pads on both sides, and yeah, it's just not really what I was wanting. But you know, it's $17 ruler. I thought, okay, I'm gonna get what I need. It's not what I needed. I was really kind of frustrated by it, but anyway, if you guys know of a place where, or a different kind of ruler that might work, please let me know, because I am so sad about that situation. Okay, I need to think about how this is going to work. So this is going to be, it needs to go the other way, because this is going to be the edge that wraps around to the front. I'm going to just go like this. Oh, I want to get rid of this perforated edge. I don't like that. Very carefully. Where's my line? So anyway, plus I wanted an extra one to have upstairs, to use upstairs. I've found myself crafting an awful lot upstairs. In the living room, it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Really enjoy doing that. So, okay, I like that color a lot. I think that looks really cool. So let's glue that down first. And I like where it's sitting, so I'm just gonna glue it like this. Kind of weirdly. Glue that down, and then we can move things. Alrighty. Okay. I do still want to collage over some of this, so I don't want to completely just put these large pieces down and call it good. I need a piece like this, maybe. It's an awfully small piece. Let's do this one. 2. So to kind of bring some of what I have been doing on the inside out to the front, to the cover. Go. And that's the other thing. It doesn't always let go as easily as I want it to. Okay, so this will go kind of like right there. So go ahead and glue this down. I like that little bit of blue popping out right there. Just kind of get a hint of it. And I like the orange and the red kind of popping through a little bit. Okay, so at this point, I'm not gonna keep gluing. I want to kind of see what my cover's gonna look like here and where things are gonna lie. So let's do this. Kind of wanna bend that. So I'm gonna stick my ruler right here. And let's get this straight. And I'm gonna just try and help it figure out where we're gonna go there. Okay. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more glue on this edge. Make sure that's really stuck down, because that unfortunately ended up right in the crease of where I wanted to glue. So, fold, I mean. Don't need it to be folded completely over, but I do want to kind of train it to do what I want it to do. So, okay, then at this point, let me, how about we go back there, get this out of the way, oops, and fold again. And now we have ourselves a spine of some sorts. Like so. Nice. Well, it's like I've done that a few times or something. Okay, and then I do need to do the same here. I want to give it a little bit of room, so I'm going to put my ruler, I guess, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch down or away, and we'll fold that. Like that. And this is going to have to kind of bend a little bit. Like that. Okay, now I can kind of better see what things are going to look like here. I feel like this cover's just like exactly what we needed to finish off this whole journal, because the insides have kind of been a little bit like, you know, your daily life kind of a story, and I feel like this is really kind of telling that story for real. Okay, so we've got ourselves a dining room situation right here. What I could do is use this. I need to get rid of some of the width either way, so let me do that right now. And we have a nice, oh, that's fun, yellow, bright yellow on back. Okay, so I don't want to hurt the edges here. That's the whole reason we're doing this flap. So, okay, so what I could do is pull this over. I could even get rid of even more, but I don't love that. It's not really telling me much there. I feel like this real estate could be better used maybe with a chair or just color even from a scrap or pattern or something. But okay, so now if we put this here, I'm gonna just take this down. And I'm gonna go tight, I think, to it. Maybe not quite that tight, but about there. So we have the image that we like, but it's not gonna take up quite as much space. Plus we get all these fun yellow pieces left over. Okay, so let's see what we got now. So this could kind of do that. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All right. So now, or, no. I think that's too weird. You don't see enough of it. It just doesn't work. So, okay. I'm actually just going to keep the signatures in there and work on it like this as much as I can. Since we've got this really cool yellow background, should we use some of it? I say yes. And kind of build around that. I did like having this up higher. So maybe this goes down here instead and wraps around this way. Yeah. Okay. I need to glue this down. Whoops. And now I need to glue something there because I now have I have glue on there with nothing on top of it. So I'm just looking here. Let me pull this over so you can see what I'm doing. We've got that green up there. We could add, ooh, I like that. Let's do that. This is definitely a different kind of a journal for me. It's not one that, not a style that I normally do, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, and so I'm just gonna stick this back up here. Yeah, I'm gonna glue that down, and then we can kind of do some collage-y bits around it. See, I get too close to the edge for no reason. I don't need to go that close. Some in the middle so it doesn't move around. Whoops. Or bubble. Alright. Now, we do have all of these still. And I've got some of this left. We've got these, but I don't really want to, I don't think, well, maybe. Never say never. Maybe on that flap that might work. Okay. And I do have some of this, but I hadn't used it yet, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a collage here and use one of our girls stickers, a girl sticker or two. Find one that might work well. She's cute. I like her. She looks like she's at school. She's cute too. I like her. And then I still have these stickers in here too, which, here, I'm gonna pull you down just a little bit so you can see a little better the details. Hopefully you're still seeing everything. Moving along, moving along. What's the dilly? That's cute. Birds of a feather. I like the what's the dilly. You know, we could put one of these up here too. Maybe? No, I like it here. Let's do that. Now the trick of these is getting the backing paper off. Okay, I am going to add some glue because these are a little old and I just want to make sure that they stay put. And when I say a little, I guess I mean way too much. Okay, then let's go ahead and put her there. I like that. And get my glue stick. Make sure she doesn't go anywhere. Oh, we need to be able to read that. Let's move her back. There we go. Ah! Okay, well, I guess you're gonna have to know what that says. I covered up the W just a little bit. But there we go. There's a cute little something. We could put something like this up here. Yep, I like that. And then I am looking in here and I see this pencil, which I think might be kind of perfect because we've got ourselves this office scene and the yellow and the yellow. So, no, I think there is better. Kind of covering. No, just push it up a little bit. Okay, and then what else do we have in here? Record player, maybe on the inside. That was more of a bedroom scene. Camera, yeah. Let's do this. Here, before I put that down though, I want more color right there. Like this, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Used a lot of that on the inside of the journal, so it's nice to kind of have some of it on the outside. Alrighty, and we'll just stick that right there, like so. I like that, that's cute. Here's how it looks up close. And actually, I could still stick something right there. I'm not quite sure what I have, but we can look. I've got a pineapple. Oh, Amy Tangerine, you're funny. We've got balloons. I don't think that works. Let me just pull all this out. Okay. I tried so hard to use those donuts and I just could not find a place for them anywhere. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of these... Oh, maybe this could go there. I don't really love it, honestly. So, I'm gonna say no to that. And maybe we can find a different girl to go up here. She looks sad. I don't want somebody that looks sad. She's cute, a little flirty. I like her. I like her. She's cool. Have two girls sitting. She's kind of cool too. I like her. Do I like her better than her? I do. I'm gonna go with her. It's so funny, I'm spending all this time and energy on the back cover, but I think it's all important, so. Alright, get some glue on the back. Hopefully not make as big of a mess as the last time. And she can go right there. I like that. She looks perfect there, I think. Here she is. Brilliant. Alright, so we've got ourselves a little bit of a collage there. I now need to figure out what I want to do here. So I'm going to actually pull this apart now and carefully, so I don't undo all the folding that I did, lay it out like so. Okay, so I've got, oh, this might be kind of fun. I like that. I really like that. Let's put this there. Okay, so that'll be there. And then we can, that's a little wide. I don't know if I like the colors. Got this, that's very bold. And that's even more bold. Oh, this we could maybe incorporate somehow. Again. I like that. And then let's go in the wrong direction. A little bit of that might be kind of fun. And this. All right, did we just do it? I think maybe we did. Okay, so now I'm going to put this down first. And then this one. Okay, and then I like this, but I don't like that perforated edge. Okay, so that's gonna bend right there. What do I want to do? I guess I don't love covering all of that. I like having some of that peeking through. Okay, I'll put it right there. And then use this one to kind of bridge the gap a little bit. Hi, Oliver. Hi. I know. I know. Oops. Okay. So, we've got ourselves a spine. Woo! Put these back in there. And see how it looks. Actually, I really like this color with what else is going on here. It's very fun. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. I do think we can do some more collaging, maybe right here. Would be a natural spot for that. I don't really want to do much more here, except for maybe something right there, because that's kind of a weird join. It didn't really join quite right. So I'm just going to find a piece of paper to kind of bridge that gap a little bit. And I know I've got some small ones. You know, maybe we do that. We don't need it to be that big. How about that? Okay, let's do this. That way we can see a little bit of the other side of that paper. No, you stay down. Okay. I'll probably have to add some more glue there. Alright, so let's see what we got there. Yeah, I want to add another collage down here. I need to find something kind of heavy to hold this down for me. It's not really doing what I wanted it to do. Okay, well, alright, so we gotta remember, whoever I put on this cover is gonna be kind of representing the entire journal, because it's gonna be on the cover. She might be really good, actually. I like her. She's cool. I know, I keep covering it with my finger. I'm sorry. It's hard to, when they're all curling the way that they are, it's kind of hard to not do that. Okay, so, but I do think we need some more down here. And maybe we add some of this yellow. put it there, and then I'm gonna have to see what I did there. I'm gonna have to put something there to cover that little weird spot. So we actually have this. Okay. And then she can go there. Yeah. I don't know that I want to do any more. I want to kind of keep it simple. And not do more. Actually going to use some of this art glitter glue for this one. I'm just a little worried because it's going to be the front. It's going to get probably touched a lot. Let's make sure it's really secure. Perfect. All right, and then as I was doing the glue, I was looking up here, and we have these really fun tabs, and maybe we should add one up here. I think that would be a good idea. Do we like that one, or do we like this one? That's my question now. I like either one. This one's got a little more color to it. Let's do this one. Okay, so I've just in my mind been kind of thinking about, do I want to sew around the edges of this or not? And I'm not going to this time because I didn't do any other sewing in this journal, and I don't love how when you sew on paper the front side looks great, but the back side always looks a little bit roughed up, and I don't really want to do that onto this journal. So my cat Oliver, he's such a good boy. He wants my attention so badly today, and he's being very good and sitting on the floor behind me. Okay, so we've got ourselves a little collage on the back, a little collage on the front. I don't know. Do we want to add some, like a word, something or other? Sun. Arrows are fun. Really, I don't really like brilliant. We already used on the back. I don't think so. I think this will work. Okay, so now I think I'm good for the front of the cover. I now want to move to the inside and do a little something on here. So let's move this off to the side. Okay, so I need to kind of cover some of this with some paper, I think. And we've got lots of good options here. Got that color. It's a little bit muted. Oh, I like this color better. That's nice. I also have that, which I don't think I want to use. Here. Okay. I think we've got it. We've got this cool yellow. So, alright. I'm going to, let's just do like this. And we want it I don't know, about that far up. Is that the one? It could be, I suppose. Let me tear this edge. And this edge. Whoops. Okay. Go ahead and just glue that down. Alright, and keeping in mind this is where our bend is going to be for our spine. Alright, and then we can add some of this. So I don't want to add all the way, and I don't want any straight edges on this one. So I'm actually, do I want to do that? Part of the design I don't want to get rid of. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to take my trimmer and get rid of the perforation. Very edge. I did not make this easy for myself. Okay. We're going to leave it the way it is, because I don't want to mess it up. It's the only one I got. There we go. I really like that. That's cool. We've got another girl sitting right here. Oh, that's so perfect. That is so perfect right there. I think she needs to sit there. Honestly, she could even just sit in her bed too. But I think that right there is just the perfect spot. So let's set her there. Like so. Okay. And then, what do we have here that we could maybe use? I do like this. It's a little big though. I think it's a little too big. We could also do a brilliant up there. Really brilliant. Could do an arrow. I don't ever know what to do with these because it's not my thing. It's just really not. I don't know that any of these others really work. So maybe I did like that. Do I like really brilliant? I don't know if I do or not, to be honest. I do like this though. Randomly. actually. That's kind of cool. Could do that. Here it is. It's big. Geez, guys, I'm really struggling right now. I don't know. I just don't know. I like the color. I like the pops of color a lot. But yeah, I do like that. I think that's kind of cool, actually. It's just big. It's just too big for that spot. Maybe that's better. No. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down there. And then we'll figure out what to do with it. What to do with it after. Give myself more hard task. Okay, so what we can do is we've got paper like this. Ooh. Let's just glue that down. And just throwing stuff at the wall at this point. I don't even know. It's kind of fun, kind of different. We've got ourselves some fruit. Alright, I wonder how that would look. That's kind of fun. It says moving along. What did we do over here? What's the dilly? We've also got birds of a feather. I think I like that one. Birds of a feather. And there we go. Don't know what it means, but I kind of really like it. We also could still maybe throw in an arrow. It's gonna cover everything though. No, let's not. Less is more. Okay, so I do want to put a girl over here somewhere. So we've got ourselves a camera. This girl I thought was really cute. She's very girly. You and me. I'm reading that. Darling, let's be adventurers. She looks too shy. Oh, she looks perfect, maybe. Oh, yeah. With her little heart glasses there. Okay, I need to remember we've got, this is the spine. So, unfortunately, a lot of this is going to get covered up. So, maybe this is more right there. And we do have this. We could do sun. Yep, I like that. Might put something behind it, but let me... Okay, get her there. Cute. All right, now let's do maybe some more of this color back behind there. Like that. Yep, perfect. Very cute. Okay. You even have room for brilliant, but I don't know. Alright guys, I think that's gonna do it for the cover. So at this point, let's just see what it's gonna look like kind of all put together. Make sure we didn't leave anything off. No, I think I really like it. The spine will be kind of cool. You see hints of bingo there. Alright, well, I think this video has kind of gone long enough. At this point now, I'm just going to finish it out. I'm going to sew the signatures in and get closure added. I think I'm going to use some sari silk. I don't know what color yet, but probably a fun one. And then next time you see this journal, I'll be doing a flip through, the final flip through of it. So hope you enjoyed coming along with me today and had fun with me as I finish up this journal, and I will see you all in the next video. And all everyone wants to say goodbye too. Alright guys, bye.